Emma Thompson had just checked into a health retreat, completely drained, not just from overwork, but from the slow, quiet collapse of everything she thought her life was built on. When her husband came to visit, she reportedly told another patient she wished he hadn't come. Not out of cruelty, out of exhaustion so deep it had hollowed her out entirely. That moment, small and almost unremarkable on the surface, was the end of one of the most celebrated marriages in British cinema history. But this isn't really a story about a marriage falling apart. It's about what happens after the betrayal, after the silence, after you have to look at yourself in the mirror and figure out who you are without the person you built your world around. It's about how one of Britain's most brilliant and fiercely intelligent women hit the lowest point of her life, and then, slowly, painfully, and with enormous courage, found her way back. To understand any of that, you have to go back to the beginning. Emma Thompson was born on April 15, 1959, in Hammersmith, London, into a family where art was simply the air they breathed. Her father, Eric Thompson, was an actor, screenwriter, and the creator of the beloved children's television series The Magic Roundabout. Her mother, Phyllida Law, was a respected Scottish actress. Creative expression wasn't something Emma had to discover. It was already woven into the fabric of her upbringing. And yet, despite that rich artistic environment, her childhood was far from easy. The family wasn't wealthy, and Emma has spoken openly about struggling with her self-image from a young age. She never felt like she possessed the kind of looks the entertainment industry rewarded, and she went through periods of genuine depression in her youth. Rather than leaning on appearance or charm, she turned inward, toward her intellect, her writing, her sense of humor, and a fierce drive to develop her craft on her own terms. The real turning point came in 1977, when Emma enrolled at Newnham College, Cambridge, to study English literature. It was there that she joined Footlights, the legendary Cambridge comedy club that had launched the careers of Stephen Fry, Hugh Laurie, Rowan Atkinson, and John Cleese, among others. At a time when comedy stages were almost exclusively occupied by men, Emma carved out a space for herself through sheer talent and force of personality. She honed her skills in performance, improvisation, character work, and writing, developing the kind of layered, intelligent artistry that would eventually set her apart from almost everyone else in her generation. After graduating in 1980, success didn't come quickly or easily. Emma spent years working for BBC Radio, performing in small theater productions, and writing scripts just to keep going. Gradually, the work started to find an audience. Her appearances alongside Stephen Fry and Hugh Laurie on the sketch comedy program Al Fresco gave her broader visibility, and by the late 1980s, critically acclaimed television roles in Tutti Frutti and Fortunes of War had earned her multiple BAFTA awards and cemented her reputation as one of the finest dramatic actresses working in Britain. Then came 1992, and Howard's End, and everything changed. Emma's portrayal of Margaret Schlegel was so precise, so emotionally intelligent, so utterly inhabited, that it earned her the Academy Award for Best Actress and announced her arrival on the world stage. She wasn't done. When she spent years quietly adapting Jane Austen's Sense and Sensibility into a screenplay, while also starring in the film as Eleanor Dashwood, the result was another Oscar, this time for Best Adapted Screenplay. She became, and remains, the only person in history to have won Academy Awards for both acting and writing. It is a fact that still hasn't been repeated, and it tells you something essential about the kind of artist she is. Over more than 4 decades, Emma Thompson built her reputation not on glamour or tabloid headlines, but on the quality of her work, the depth of her commitment, and an intellectual honesty that has always come through in everything she does. She was appointed a Dame in 2018 for her contributions to the arts, an honor that, for anyone who has followed her career, feels entirely fitting. But behind all of it, behind the awards, the critical acclaim, and the public reputation, there was a private life that would be tested in ways that no professional achievement could prepare her for. It was on the set of Fortunes of War in 1987 that Emma Thompson first met Kenneth Branagh.